For having me here to talk to you. Thank you for that amazing breakfast. I don't know if it's possible to get those young men out here, but the breakfast was absolutely wonderful, so thank you for that. As she said, my name is Cheri, and just a little fun fact, all of us at Keys, we are given a musical name when we join Keys. Mine is Sweet Harmony. That's what Colleen Bennett named me. I feel so blessed to have this opportunity to share with you about the healing power of music and about the incredible organization that I am so proud and passionate to be a part of, the Keys program. Keys was founded by Colleen and Dave Bennett, who reside right here in Sherrill. In 1993, Colleen's dad was suffering from cancer. Although his cancer journey was brief, it was very painful. In his hospital room, he spent days agitated, thrashing in pain, unable to sleep. Knowing her dad was nearing his time to leave his family, Colleen was determined to find a way to bring her dad peace. She went home that night and recorded music. The next day, using a Sony Walkman, she brought the music into her dad's room and gently nestled the headphones over his ears. Literally within an hour, her dad was asleep. The nurses came in the room and they were immediately asking the family, "What did you do to calm him and ease his pain?" Colleen responded with, "We just played music." The nurses were astonished. What they were witnessing was the healing power of music. And that was the life-changing moment that the Keys program was born and has brought us here 24 and a half years later. The Keys program was born to provide support to children going through that same difficult time in memory of Colleen's dad. Today, we're a 501c3 children's charity that delivers music, hope, and smiles to kids impacted by cancer and other serious illnesses and their families. We provide award-winning patient and family support programs of music outreach, family respite days, and sibling support programs that enrich and improve the quality of life of pediatric patients. In addition, Keys raises awareness of the benefits of music and provides information and resources to healthcare professionals and parents so they may implement the powerful music in the care of the children that they serve each and every day. Since we were founded in 1993, the Keys program has delivered over 80,000 smiles, all at no cost to the families and sites that we serve. Now that you know a bit about what we do at Keys and where we came from, I would like to take you all on a journey with me so you can get to know some of the work we do and how it impacts the lives of the children and families we serve. We're going to start by going back several years to the life of a young girl, 10 years old, named Dawn. She had a brain tumor and was facing a very serious surgery. Desperate to do everything possible to help their daughter, her parents turned to Keys to ask if there was anything, something, that they could do to help their daughter through this scary and difficult procedure. It was suggested that Dawn's favorite music be played as she was going under anesthesia and throughout her surgery. Her parents then got permission from Dawn's child life specialist to bring in Dawn's cassette player and tape of her favorite music for her to listen to during her surgery. As surgery began, Dawn's heart rate, respirations, blood pressure were all strong and steady. Her vitals remained strong as the doctors carefully and skillfully maneuvered their surgical instruments to free Dawn of this tumor that was threatening her young life. Suddenly, her heart rate and blood pressure increased, her breathing became rapid. No one in that operating room could understand why all of a sudden Dawn's vitals were elevating. Until suddenly a nurse came to a realization and yelled out, "Her music stopped." She quickly went over to the Fisher-Price cassette player, turned the tape over, and pressed play. The music was filled the room again. Within minutes, Dawn's vitals were improving. Her heart rate, her respirations, her blood pressure, all were decreasing, and they came right back down where they were strong and steady again. Dawn's surgery was a success. The power of music was at work in that operating room. Next from that operating room, we're going to fast forward several years and head upstairs to a pediatric oncology room. There you see a young boy awaiting his first chemotherapy treatment. He is anxious and he is scared. His parents are sitting at the foot of his bed, holding hands, trying to stay strong and be of comfort to their son. The nurse is busy prepping the boy's left arm for his procedure. On the right side of his arm is his child life specialist, who with the help of their Keys music toolkit is distracting this apprehensive little guy with an echo song. Much to the amazement of his parents, their child was so engaged in that activity that was taking place on the right side of his body that he had almost forgotten what was happening on the left side. The power of music at work once again. Just down the hall, there's a little girl also going through treatment. She and her child life specialist are tuned in to the Keys Kids Network. And the girl's fears have faded as she and her child life specialist are singing along to songs and laughing at knock-knock jokes. The Keys Kid Network is a fun, zany, educational, interactive children's show that is broadcast for free to pediatric students and kids across the United States. And here's a little fun fact for you. The Keys Kids Network is created and recorded right here in Sherrill at our Keys office. We will now head out of the hospital and make our way to a quick stop at a church, where you walk in and hear Christmas music playing, people singing and talking, and your lungs become filled with the sweet smell of cocoa and cookies. You make your way into the fellowship hall, and there, Keys volunteers are busy at work, wrapping and packaging gifts to be delivered to our Keys kids, and there are smiles everywhere. When the gifts have all been wrapped and packaged, we leave the church hall to make some very special deliveries. At each and every stop at the homes of our Keys kids, you're blessed by hugs and smiles, and yes, sometimes tears too, that their grateful parents just can't hold back. It's now time for us to drive out of the snow and cold and head up along a winding country road in Hinckley, New York. We arrive at a home where a crowd of family and friends are gathered. The smell of barbecue is in the air. Tents are set up across the backyard, and out of one of those tents exudes the sounds of folk music. And not just any folk music, it was the favorite band of our Keys kid, Hope. A bright, beautiful, full of spirit young lady that had been battling cancer for about 3 years. It was a celebration of Hope's 16th birthday, and her family dreamt about surprising her with a party where her favorite band, the Birdseed Bandits, would be there to play for her. Hope's celebration took place about a month early because her cancer had totally taken over her body, and she was now in the care of hospice. All of us at Keys were determined to make this dream come true, and we are also determined to keep this a huge surprise. Our Keys family worked along with Hope's family to keep Hope occupied while the band set up and began to play. When Hope emerged from her home, she couldn't believe her ears or eyes when she heard, then saw, her beloved Birdseed Bandits strumming, drumming, and singing their hearts out right there in her own backyard, and all for her. Hope always radiated a big, beautiful smile, but that day, her smile was 10 times its usual size. It was one of the best days of her life. For the final stop on our journey, I'm going to take you to Fulton. It's a hot, sunny, picture-perfect summer day as we arrive at the quarter midget track. Upon arrival, you can't help but notice the tremendous amount of excitement. You can hear the buzz of a quarter midget car racing around the track. There's live music playing in a tent nearby. Children are laughing, families and volunteers are cheering. As you make your way onto the grounds, you see families playing musical instruments together in the music tent. Children getting their face painted, and other children getting their picture taken in the photo booth. As you approach the paved area, you see a child wearing a huge smile on their face being photographed in Victory Lane with the trophy they just received. Then they are stopped and asked for their autograph as they make their way over to their interview with the track announcer. During that interview, you hear the child exclaim that this was their best day ever, and that truly happened. Over in the paddock, you see other children with big smiles as they are suited up in their official racing fire suits and helmets, and there's another child sitting in their race car being briefed by the crew. You can't help but notice the gleam in that child's eyes, and you know there's a big smile under that helmet on their head. You then climb up into the bleachers where there are friends and family members cheering for another child who is heading out of the paddock onto the track as "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" plays over the loudspeaker.